Hi, welcome to the second coming of unbelief. Um, Today I want to talk about the book of Revelation. Um, it's a wild hallucination to begin with, and I see no reason that the book of Revelation should ever have been included in Holy Scripture. It's just too wild. Serious drug induced hallucinations. Um, so, why do many Americans believe with all their hearts that North America, specifically the United States, is mentioned, or at least intended as represented in the book of Revelation? Why must the United States be identified in the book of Revelation? Um, how does writing occur? When I write a letter, I have a reason I want to write. I know that if I either know the name of the person or that there is a person in that office, wherever I'm writing to, and I know approximately when it's going to get there. I never write for 500 years in the future. I never write for 1,000, or I don't even write for 50 years in the future. Okay? So none of the Bible was written for 2,000 years in the future. That's not how writing works. Okay? Revelation was written in the first, toward the end of the first century CE to give comfort to people who were being persecuted for their belief. Was never meant to be used by the oppressor to step down on the people below them. It was meant as a comfort for people who were experiencing oppression. And at that time, nobody knew North America existed. And you can't write about some place you don't know exists. Okay? I mean, some people there were people here, but Europeans didn't know about it. Europeans are the ones that came up with the, and Near Easterners are the ones that came up with the Hebrew Scriptures. Um, I re- I remember how much fervor was worked up in the Seventh day Adventist Church that I grew up in when Desmond Ford, um, back about the 1980s, proposed that maybe there could be multiple interpretations of a single prophecy. It caused the church to split, or almost so. You know, an interpretation for the time of the writer and one that applies in the future. Uh, Let me go down a different rabbit hole, though. Why isn't China mentioned in Revelation? Africa, Brazil, uh, the Zulus. Why are they not mentioned in the scriptures? Why must it apply only to white Protestant, hopefully evangelical Christians, North Americans? Why? Why didn't Jesus appear to the Chinese? There's more people there. Why didn't he appear to the American tribes? Why didn't he? Maybe he could have gone to the Sioux Nation. Why didn't Jesus appear to the Zulus? There's a lot of people there. Why must it have been a tiny, insignificant chunk of the globe that God loved enough so he sent his son there? I know this is rambling. I started off talking about Revelation. I've sort of segued into criticizing the whole concept of Scripture as applying to North America. Um, Revelation should never have been included in Scripture for any reason. It's absolutely horrific. And two, the writers wrote for their day. They didn't write for 2,000 years in the future. So it's not meant for us to use to persecute those beneath us. All right. Well, that's all the rambling for today. Thanks for watching Second Coming of Unbelief. I'll catch you later.